This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block this call and all future, you may begin speaking now.
Hey, guys, what's up, man?
What's up with you, man? How you doing?
Maintain.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, introduce yourself for the people, man. Tell them who you
Okay.
are.
This is Samuel Wesley, Jr. Um, I would say growing up, I grew up idolizing my father, right? He was a role model
Hmm.
and entrepreneur.
Right on.
And because he was an entrepreneur, that's the route that I traveled. I started becoming an entrepreneur and working for myself into trucking.
Hmm.
And as I got older, got into tractor trailers and things of that nature. But as I got into a financial crunch,
Okay.
um, after the financial crunch, I got into the drug trade. When I
Hmm.
got into the drug trade, I basically found it to be lucrative at that particular time.
Hmm.
And, I ended up in prison, right?
Right, right.
I came home for about 3 years and wound back up in prison again. So now I'm serving 2 life sentences in 15 years. And I've been down for 30 years so far.
Wow.
So, yeah, so it's been like, life is like a roller coaster. It gives nobody a free ride. And I accepted because of the decisions that I made.
Right.
I accepted the repercussions,
Hmm.
right? And I didn't, want to tell on nobody, so I took the blunt fall and to be able to live with it, right?
Right.
So, but what I've learned during the process of being an entrepreneur, having a business,
Hmm.
and, something I enjoyed. I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I was basically doing things, let's say, that a hustler would do, right?
Right.
I've been told, if you sell drugs, you can run a business,
Right.
and that's what I thought was
Hmm.
true, but I wasn't a businessman.
Hmm.
And as I learned, making mistakes and causing mistakes, there's a difference between being a hustler and being a
Hmm.
businessman, right? For example, a hustler would just like buy a truck, say I'm gonna make money, right? Without a plan, right? Without a plan, not knowing about cash flow. But as a businessman, you realize that the truck is an investment.
Right.
Because the truck is an investment, you have to make sure that it'll be profitable,
Right.
right? Counting your expenses, knowing how many miles that you get on every tire, right, before you rotate them.
Hmm.
So, yeah, so I would say that I had a clothing store,
Hmm.
barber shop. I tried just about everything. Real estate,
Right.
yeah. Because you grow up and you hear these things about, man, you can make money doing this and you can make
Right.
money doing that.
Is
But I
that how
never had,
is that how you got interested in trucking?
I got interested in trucking at age 16. My
Hmm.
father had let me rent a truck from him.
Hmm.
I just got my driver's license. And I was driving 8 foot truck, a flatbed,
Hmm.
and we was hauling watermelons from Jessup Produce Market into the Baltimore area stores, and so that's why I got my start driving the truck.
Okay.
But as I got older, just seeing tractor trailers on the road and everything like that. So I got about 19. I realized, like, man, I want a tractor trailer. You
Okay.
know what I mean? Didn't know anything about tractor trailer industry, but
Mhm.
what I've been told, and that's what I would say the difference between a hustler and a businessman. I didn't do
Mhm.
any investigation to see like the type of truck that I would need, the mileage that we put on it, the
Mm-hmm.
wear and tear. I just,
This call is from a federal prison.
the truck would be the end all of everything.
Right. Did it cut off?
So,
Oh, no,
no,
go ahead.
I was just waiting. Yeah, I was waiting for the next question. Yeah.
All right. So during that time when you said you got into a financial crisis, right?
Okay.
Did you still maintain the trucking company while you were doing your thing?
Right. Now I got into trucking. The craziest thing is bizarre. This is really bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a barber shop one day and getting my hair cut, regular barber. And so I had a 1989 um, Western Star, 26 206-inch wheelbase.
Mm-hmm.
And I parked it in front of the barber shop. So the barber told me, he said, man, you can buy this barber shop if you want it because the guys in Cabot, they're ready to lose the lease. And they're trying to sell the equipment and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, so I got into it, the barber thing,
Mm-hmm.
and renting the chairs and everything, X, Y, and Z. But I would say about 2 months later, I got into an auto accident with
Mm-hmm.
my tractor trailer. And when I had the accident, and it caused, they were trying to total the truck. Then they said they wasn't going to total it. So I had to pay the interest on the loan of the truck.
Right.
And after a few months, that became trying. And one thing led to another. So I basically had the trucking company intact,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't making any money because I didn't have a truck. Right. I
Right.
didn't have a truck, so I
Right.
wasn't making any money. But that's when the financial difficulties started to hit.
Right. Now, you you like my big brother, man. So I'm gonna keep it funky with you, right? What enticed you to pursue the life? I mean, did you take it like a job or were you really into it that way? If you
Well,
understand what I'm saying.
initially, initially you were saying, well, I'm just trying to get back on my feet
Right.
initially, and I had, you had friends and things of that nature, people telling you certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Once a person wants you to get involved with something, they're
Mm-hmm.
going to tell you all the good things about it, right?
Right.
And they're not going to tell you what's to come, like the bad part, right?
Right.
They're going to tell you because they're trying to get you into it, something. And I've seen guys in my neighborhood, and I've seen the flow of money and things of that nature. And so I got in it, just put my little toe in it, and say, all I need to do is get my finances together, and I don't need this. I'm stay with what I was doing
Got you.
initially.
Got you. If you had a message to send to anybody that might be listening to you with earshot right now that you can talk to, telling people what you think about that life from now. How do you feel about it now compared to back then?
Well, if you look at I spent the last 30 years in prison,
Right.
and you would say like I made tragic mistakes. I
Got
would
you.
tell anybody that if you thinking about breaking the law, because there's no right way of doing something wrong, there are repercussions, and you got to be prepared for the repercussions. You think about you think about the negatives and the positives in every situation, and we
Mm-hmm.
should analyze the situation from the negatives and the positives. You look at it like, what's the worst case scenario that can happen?
Mm-hmm.
One of the worst case scenarios is you can go to prison for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
And if that isn't something that you want to do,
Right.
I suggest you think twice about what you think about doing. Because whatever you do, right,
Mm-hmm.
especially in that trade, you'll have some good times,
Mm-hmm.
And like anything else, there is a balance in life. Whereas though you're not gonna, life isn't all good all the time, it isn't
Mm-hmm.
all bad all the time. There's
True.
going to be a balance. But if you choose to go down that road, you have to understand that there are repercussions in um, family, uh,
Right.
friends. I didn't see my son grow up. I didn't see my grandchildren grow up.
Right.
I lost a lot of family members. Being in and out of touch with family, but and friends, and there's a price you got to pay.
Right.
And I would tell a person like, hey, um, I would think twice about it because you don't think about the good times. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the good things can happen. Think about what is the worst case scenario,
Gotcha.
and I can go to prison for a long time.
Okay.
This call is from a federal prison.
All right.
I was waiting on your next question.
All right. So you and I discussed and everything on conversation before what your plan is and everything. Can you give people just a little bit of little tidbits for right now and everything? We're gonna get deeper into it in the next episode. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that's great. Uh, what I plan on doing, because I've seen the direction my life went in. Being in prison for a period of time, I've been a part of certain programs like YMI, Young Men Incorporated. I've been a part of programs, Men of Influence. I started a program myself, Gateway to Reentry, to help mentor young guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And during this period of time, I've talked to thousands, over this period, tens of thousands of young
Mm-hmm.
guys that have been in prison. And during our conversations, I would ask them certain questions like who taught you how to become a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some would say, well, me and my homies, we taught each other. Some people say I taught myself. And I was like, well, being a man is more complex than tying your shoes and brushing your teeth, in which other people can teach you how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you think that you would need someone to teach you these tools, right? Because decision making, responsibilities,
Mm-hmm.
uh, building your character, all these things play a vital part in becoming a man, right?
Right.
And it's based upon your character. If you don't build that character, right, of being trustworthy, being honest, being someone that's credible, willing to accept responsibility. So I've mentored a lot of guys, and we talked about things going on in their lives. So what I want to do is be an instrument to give
Mm-hmm.
information, because I realized that a lot of people that I ran into didn't have the appropriate information to make the decisions that they made, right?
Right.
You making a decision, you have to do analysis, right? You want
Mm-hmm.
to go into, say, what's called a SWOT analysis, which is your strength, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats, right?
Right.
Uh, well, the phone's ready cut off in like 30 seconds, man.
Wow.
And yeah, it don't take long to do
All right. Well,
it.
how about this? When we do this again, I want you to explain to the folks what you were telling me about living without prison. Can we do
Okay,
that? That's what's up,
okay.
my man. Hey, I love you, brother.
I love you too, man.
Hey, you take care of
Hey,
yourself here.
all right, I'll give you a buzz back tomorrow.